brokering, and we are built for mergers and acquisitions. We will be that first real estate company that brings in the business brokering and the M&A side. And the reason why that is because for years, we've had eXp Realty, who has built some of the most productive agents when it comes to the residential business. But they have needs too, because those clients that they're representing at such a high level have commercial real estate needs. They have business brokering needs, and they have mergers and acquisitions. And then they needed those specialists, those experts to be able to refer that business to. And I love the fact that over the course of just the last 6 weeks, because of the way we network, because of the way we're plugged in, because of the way, even though we're two separate brokerages, the way that we're able to collaborate means $2 billion worth of referrals. And I can't wait when we bring Richard on a little bit later to talk more about the opportunity of immediately when you plug in, the relationships you start building that lead to business, that lead to opportunity, and all of that equals money. You know, one brokerage, not a franchise. We're so used to working in silos. Traditional brokerage, that's exactly what it is. You might be a part of a company with a national name, but if you're working in that office space, you're not really building collaboration throughout. The reason why we build international and national collaboration is because we are that one company. We are able to honor the portability. We're able to truly take what we know in our local space and spread it all over the country, because we have the army and the boots on the ground already built to deliver out those needs and to turn all of that into opportunity. I love when I speak to commercial agents and business brokers, and I ask them one simple question: what have you paid your broker since January 1? And the lowest I've heard so far, because we're meeting with high caliber producing agents and brokers, is I hear 59,000 or I hear 115,000. Here's our model. We are an 80-20 split, but you're never going to pay more than 20,000 a year. It's a $20,000 cap. We are that agent-centric company. We are that agent-owned company. We want your money going back into your pocket so that you can scale your business. We deliver the technology. We deliver the platform, the vehicle, so to speak, so that you can drive it the way that you want to scale your business, the way that you want to scale it. Our 200.
Can you hear me?
There,
I'm back.
There you are. Yes. I was just talking about the tools, Jim, and you know, that $250 a month, and you know, to talk to them about all these products that we've demoed and why we chose what we chose.
Yeah, Steph, you know, and you know, it's so exciting. Since we started the company, we've had these conversations with so many different tech firms, and to find the best leading edge future technology firms, and with build out, you know, having their CRM, their proposal package, and all the integrations that they thought already working with everyone, with Reonomy, which we see as a great data source and opportunity, reaching out, thinking outside the box, but also truly wanting to collaborate with us on putting the best systems and actually listening all the time with what we could create when it comes to comps. And then with Agent Hub, a way that we can blast and market, because everyone knows, Steph, and I love how you do it, how we change things, because social media is so important now. Before it was just postcards, making cold calls and staying on top, to blast out and staying connected with more people through social media, using Agent Hub, a game changer with all our back office. And I love what you did, oh my gosh, with AIR forms, because I knew the AIR people, and everyone's like, yeah, sure, you'll have 50, you know, all 50 states, a national contract firm. You do not have to work at these large national companies anymore to have this. You made it happen, Steph, and I'll just say, I have to give you always props for that, because it was truly amazing to put that together in all 50 states.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, that's the thing that we do at this company, is that we're building these relationships. It's everything that builds the agent. It's everything that scales the agents and brokers and their business. But it's putting together these tools, and it's solving the industry problems of why commercial real estate is a decade behind residential. And then, as we'll hear from our guests later, how business brokerages is a dinosaur behind all of that, right? And how we're going to innovate and create and bring more opportunity, because because why can't we lead generate in commercial real estate? Why can't we create platforms, that duplicate what you've seen on the residential side, but nobody's implemented on the commercial and the business brokering side? That's exactly what we've done, because we are all about supercharging your pipeline. Whether you are experienced in the industry or brand new to the industry, we've created products to grow and scale your business. If you want to get into leasing, become one of our eXp commercial tenant-based reps so that you can represent all of those leases in that given market. That is what we're doing to make sure that our agents are not only able to scale their business with our technology, but we're truly able to provide them the leads that will ultimately scale their business.
Yeah,
Jim.
I love this because, when we're talking about building our company, right, from the transactions, the leasing, and the business op, but everything we needed to tie all these together, data, right? And now everyone sees that not only the residential, but in the commercial for sure, that data plays such a big part and a big hand. And it was really exciting to start rolling out enriched data, which shows all this information that we have at eXp Commercial to organize and show the information using smart technology with probabilities of where is the best client, where's the best needs, and all this information that we have with all our agents and our different partners of feeding and fine-tuning all this information within eXp, right? So this is very powerful, and it is a free to eXp Commercial, and it is available for eXp Realty agents. So it is a very powerful tool. And Steph, almost like what we're doing with our healthcare, I believe people should take a look at it to see the power of that data and what we're going to create with it and the other businesses. But Steph, I know when we both owned our own company and the opportunities, and I never get tired of hearing your story about a one-time paycheck or a continuous paycheck, and also now freedom, right? You're really agent-centric freedom that you have now of being your own boss and really doing what you do well is growing. Steph.
Well, and that's the thing about eXp and the why we've had the exponential growth on the realty side, and now we're having this exponential growth with eXp Commercial, because this company, we are agent owned. We are awarded stock as we transact. We are awarded stock as we grow this business. Jim, you know how many different brokerages you affiliated with, and you brought your friends on. They came and they practiced commercial real estate, but you never got ownership. You were never rewarded. You never were able to earn in that revenue. You just got the pat on the back, or maybe the plaque that hangs on the wall, or is probably shoved in a box under your bed right now. Why? Because it's not worth anything. And so one of the abilities for me, I owned my own independent brokerage, right? Very successful. I didn't have to do anything, but I had all these national brands coming to me, wanting to give me their franchise, actually wanting to purchase my company so that I would then run their brand, utilizing their name, and basically having to commit myself personally for 10 years, not even understanding if that's who I wanted to be in a relationship with. I'm so glad that I turned down that one payout and brought my entire brokerage onto eXp, because what I've earned in stock in the last 3.5 years is 5 times what anyone was willing to pay for my company. And I think most of us that own a real estate company or a business brokerages, if you've looked at that, without you, what's it worth? It's nothing. It's not worth. People don't want to pay unless you stay in it, unless you work for them. And that's the big opportunity here, as well as revenue share. What is revenue share? It puts every single agent in the same exact ownership seat to be able to collect overrides on agents that they bring into the company. You don't have the overhead, you don't have the liability, but it's giving you that position of the broker owner, just like I was the broker owner for so many years, getting splits off of my agents, just like Jim was the broker owner for so many years, getting splits off our agents. But here, we want to take 50% of that 20K, and we want eXp to run off of it. We want to operate on that. The rest of it, we want to revenue share back out to our owners. And who are our owners? It's us. It's you. It's who joins. It's who's a part of this and who wants to go build it. You're not required to build it, but if you do, you're heavily rewarded. And that's what's brilliant here, because the revenue stream that you have the potential to earn, is enough to where the day you decide to retire or the day you decide to go sit on the beach or sit on the boat, you still have that income. One of my best stories is, and we've had this pandemic going on, and I hate it. And I hate when I get phone calls of people that are suffering and they've contracted the virus. But here's the story I want to tell today is that one of my great friends with eXp for 38 days was bedridden. He was on oxygen. He didn't know if he was going to survive it or not. He's brought on a handful of people to eXp over the course of the time that he's been here. He had $18,000 while he was bedridden deposited into his bank account off of revenue share. And that is what we all need, right? Because there are times we can't control that.
And that's the great thing that a lot of times I told a lot of the friends, let's do it smarter. And then our next guest will be with me too. We were in a way old school that, we cold called and we said, we want to be principals, right? That is how we made our passive income, thinking one day we're going to sit across the seat by being a principal. But by being a principal means we got the liability also. And that's what I really love about this format and this platform. It allows us to create so many ways, if we want to create passive income. And you need to create many sources of income because we always talked in the brokerage, it's feast or famine, transactional brokerage, right? We don't have any other way. And that's a horrible and a very difficult way to run your business until you get to a point to be a principal and everything else. So I told a lot of the big brokers that I'm still in contact saying, we got to do it smarter. We did it harder, but let's do it smarter. And I said, really? You don't bring people when you run your own brokerage firm. You don't train juniors and scale them and teach them and put it into them. So you tell me what's the difference of what we're building and what we're doing versus when we are broker owners to attract and bring people to join our brokerage our company, and to get people to be trained by us. That isn't bringing people over? Well, you tell me. And I would rather not have the liability, get the gross override to make money. Because I know a lot of the other systems, it's off the net, not the gross. And many of our friends that were principals and owners of other firms basically always said, geez, Jim, I'm not making anything of my profit sharing or revenue sharing or whatever they want to call it, because they were taking the net. We take it off the gross and pass it. And because we work on a virtual platform, the new way of doing commercial real estate, this is the future of how things need to be done as everything has changed. And it creates these other income flows. And Steph, our world makes it all happen.
It does make it all happen, Jim, because as we've done for, 4 different occasions now, we've had our commercial symposiums and we've had trainings. You raise your hand and you want to learn about commercial real estate. My goodness, we want to give that to you. And so our last commercial symposium that happened in eXp World with over 9,000 registered folks that were able to come in and experience the level of speakers that we're able to bring to them. There's no travel expense here. This is how you and I, up until a week and a half ago, worked and built with each other, is in this virtual platform, learning each other, building this company. But most importantly, when a Florida agent walks into commercial operations and says, Stephanie, I have this opportunity in India, but I don't know what to do. How do I earn money off of this transaction? How do I earn money off of this buyer that's in my backyard? I said, well, we're going to hit the go-to menu and we're going to teleport to Indian operations. And by goodness, we're going to make this referral connection happen. And yes, you will get paid because we are that one global company that allows us to do that. And with all this live training, I mean, Jim, you and I both agree. I got into this industry. Nobody wanted to give me the time of day. Nobody wanted to give a 21-year-old female the education or the knowledge or even the coaching that it takes to be successful in this business. And that's why we have focused so much energy on our training, on our product specialty, on these intro to commercial real estate, on these certification programs. Because here's the thing. This industry has been outdated for so long. It's time for us to breed new talent into it. And if we can get you there by building our accelerate programs, by giving you the fundamentals, by giving you that foundation, we don't want just numbers of agents. We want each and every one of you to be productive. We want you to be successful, and we want you to scale so big that it's even not in your mindset. It's not even comprehensible. But that's what we're able to do when we build the foundation correctly, and that's exactly what we've done here.
And I love the training because I was speaking to so many groups, trade organizations, and universities, and educational institutions, and they love what we're doing. And it's just sharing, right? And cross-selling and helping each other, because now we said you don't have to travel, you don't have to go to a major city, spending thousands of dollars and all this time. The efficiency of working in our world and the training programs that we put together is just so powerful that I really encourage everyone to take a look at our world, take a look at our product type specialty meetings, take a look definitely at our next training that we're looking to do sometime in December, first week, and seeing how we're revolutionizing the way we learn, the way we network, and the way we can collaborate. And I love that over the world, right? Over 19 different countries were represented. So it is exciting to really have everyone take a look and see what our future, besides the live events, is how you can plug in virtually. And Steph, I always love this quote, health is wealth. As you and I owned our own companies, we always wanted to take care of people. But, let's say going back 20 years, paying for healthcare, it seemed okay. Then it got more and more expensive. And when we heard thoughts of just people making a choice, do I pay my mortgage or do I pay my healthcare? Do I pay for this or do I pay for that? That shouldn't be an option, because without your health, you cannot operate and work at a high capacity. As we know recently with a lot that's going on, you got to be healthy. You got to be always engaged so you could really work hard. And here at eXp Commercial and eXp being agent-centric, we have group healthcare plans. And Stephanie, what are some of the stories you heard how great our healthcare for a 1099, not a W-2, but 1099 agents, and how it's changed so many people's lives?
I mean, they're saving 36%. They're saving 44%. They no longer have to worry about that pre-existing condition that sometimes, subscored them in the last insurance company that they quoted from. I love it when agents come to us and they say $250 a month, big whoop. Y'all just saved me $333 a month on my insurance. I'm here for free, right? I'm getting all these amazing tools. And so, that's the power. And when we were doing our research, as we were standing up eXp Commercial and what it needed to look like, the data came back, and 42% of those commercial brokers and agents that we pulled across this country did not have health care. And that is scary, because some of those were breadwinners of their family. And that means their whole family is not insured. And so we needed to solve that industry problem too, which is exactly what we do. Jim, talk about workplace, because I know, having been at the company for a little bit longer, starting out at realty and then coming over to commercial, workplace is just like this fire hose of just amazingness. So share those experiences.
Oh my gosh, I love it. But I told everyone, you get what you put in, right? So this is just another vehicle medium of connecting with people. And I said, wow, if you just invest, even starting 30 minutes, an hour, day and night, right? Just putting in the time. Or as you become more senior and you have resources, hire somebody to mine and look through and filter and be involved. Now you could do and make your cold calls, still be involved physically with people, but now you have a virtual way of making money and reaching into a world of over 60,000 agents all trying to pass deals to each other. As Stephanie always says, over 2 billion and counting of referrals and business being passed to residential and to commercial. But by drinking out of this fire hose, by being involved, the opportunities are truly amazing. And I just feel some people don't understand, but I said, look, if you don't cold call, how many cold calls can you actually make? I could do 50 or 100 a day. How many people do you talk to? Here at eXp, through workplace, you actually start communicating, seeing real deals and opportunities. It's just that you just have to still get involved and make it happen. And I love these live events that we do too. And as everyone knows, the Thursday events we are always doing like now, but we have national commercial meetings once a month that you could come in to see all the best things that eXp Commercial's doing, all the best product specialties, and we constantly evolving. Steph, how many are we in now? 18, 19, 20?
I was just going to say, I forgot to count those this morning, but yeah, it's somewhere around that. I mean, from cannabis to multifamily to industrial, hospitality, land development, you name it, it exists. And I love when I'm able to pop into those meetings and I see the deals going back and forth. I love the off-market opportunities when somebody shows up with, this development, and all of a sudden, some guy up up in New Jersey's got a buyer for it, and you know, and the $97 million closing where of self-storage because of a product specialty meeting that was able to occur within our company. You know, this is what it's like. You know, it used to be back in the day, Jim, you know, I'd show up to this hotel 2 times a month, you know, meet with investors, network with other commercial real estate brokers, you know, try to share our deals. And that took time, right? Because it only happened sporadically. We had to physically go to the event. Here, every single day, between our product specialty committee meetings, between workplace, between all of these things that we're able to do in the virtual world, deals are happening a whole lot faster, and the more of them are getting done. And that's what's impressive.
Steph, I love what you're saying. Faster. You just got to be involved. And now that not everyone wants to travel, I know living in Los Angeles, boy, to just get to meetings or networking events, it takes me an hour and a half, 2 hours. I know our next guest is smiling because he knows that. And it takes a lot out of your day. But with the virtual world, I mean, we are just connecting and we can figure out when we do need to meet, because now you don't have to meet all the time. I always say the protocol, the model's busted. It's okay to do Zoom. It's okay to work virtually, to get to know each other. And, you know, we still are doing during conference season. So everyone, please watch the WWEXP commercial live. You're going to see Stephanie and I at different events. And the big one we wanted to know, we're going to be at C5, the NAR commercial event. So we're going to be there on the 27th to the 29th. So look for us there, and definitely see our networking event that we're going to do at the event on the 28th, and also a big surprise that we're going to do there too. Right, Steph? If you can introduce the guest. Always a big surprise.
Jim, I tell you what, and Richard, forgive me for not knowing the exact moment that we were connected via Zoom on an amazing call, but I walked away from that. You know, I love when I meet people that have passion, that have the drive, but have so much knowledge. And I mean, you're like this, and I hate to say it this way, but I'm going to say it this way because you have got so much experience. You called yourself the legacy guy because you have had, you know, from the transactional level that you've done, from the countries you've had experience in, from the companies, the business brokerages that you've built. I mean, it is just a wow factor. And I walked away from that call the very first time going, I'm not of the caliber to speak to this man. Like, I'm nobody compared to this guy. And I did, but you were just so impressive, but so humble about it. And just so willing to, you know, majority of the time, we all have these calls, we all have these experiences, you know, where we're communicating with someone of your level, someone that has been in the industry as long as you have. And then in the first go around, they don't catch this right away because it is so in the future, so to speak. But I think you caught it immediately. And I think that's why you're here. So Richard Hershey, welcome to eXp Commercial. We are so glad you're here.
I really appreciate it. And thank you for the kind words. It's been an amazing experience getting to know everyone. And, you know, Jim and Stephanie, you have been very helpful, and the team, I can't say enough about it. You know, coming from the background that you mentioned, you know, I'm a builder. I like to build sales teams. I've been in, you know, different industries, and that's really what my passion is helping, you know, people understand a business, showing them the opportunity, bringing them on board. And here I sit as a dinosaur, as we were talking about earlier, and what do I have to show for that, right? So I was part of a large international franchise organization in the business brokerage industry. And I remember being at a meeting, an international meeting, all the top folks there, and we talked about our exit strategies. So what we decided to do was to organize the franchise system in a way that our exit strategy would be to be acquired by a commercial brokerage firm, right? And we recognized early on that the only way to grow the business brokerage industry was to have a true national or international power to be able to standardize things, branding, marketing, all the different things that you need to do. For those of you who don't know, business brokerage, you talk about silos, is really that. It's an individual activity. You buy a franchise typically, you get a local territory, you pay a royalty fee, you recruit agents and team members, you hope to make enough on the split. And as an agent or a producer, you're really subject to the financial capability of the owner of that local franchise. So I was the master franchisor for the United States. And as I would talk to other potential franchise owners, one of the things I had to determine was, do they have the financial capability to be able to survive and train and technology and all that kind of stuff? And it varied. Some people might, have $100,000 to invest. Some might have, 500,000, or some might have 50,000. And the eXp opportunity gives us all an equal playing field, number one. And the resource, you just couldn't do it as an individual. I don't care how successful you are, you cannot match what eXp has been able to put together. One of the things that there's a dirty secret in the business brokerage industry, and it comes around co-brokering. In the business broker community, the typical transaction is a broker will get a listing and they will try to promote it through the various, techniques that we use, websites and direct mail and phone calls and postcards and whatnot. But the idea of collaborating or co-brokering with another agent is foreign. It is not the standard practice. And I never understood that, because I came into the industry where my previous experience has always been based on collaborating or co-brokering or what have you. The eXp platform not only encourages collaboration, it makes it so darn easy. This workplace thing, I had to turn off the notifications because I couldn't take it. I mean, every 5 seconds it was dinging with another opportunity, and I didn't believe it. Stephanie had told me that in the beginning, and I say, okay, I'm going to be from Missouri today. You got to show me. And literally within 24 hours of being live, I turned off the notifications because I couldn't. It's that much. So to your analogy about the fire hose, it's absolutely true. What we're trying to do, and what attracted me to eXp was first the platform. I was spending thousands of dollars a month in my previous organization with marketing expenses, CoStar and all the different platforms that you need. And I'm able to get it for $250 a month. So not only am I getting what I used to have, I'm getting better platforms, but more importantly, I'm getting help. The concierge team is amazing. Whenever you have an issue, you just log in, you send a text out, and 2 minutes later, somebody's telling you exactly what you need to do and where to go and how to do it. And for a dinosaur like myself, who isn't up to date on all the modern technologies and how to do things, it's fantastic. So when I get to talk to people, I say, look, you want to replace me. I am the past of our industry. You are the future. You can embrace technology. You can use the new techniques. You could come into an environment where co-brokering is a real thing, marketing is a real thing, branding is a real thing, but you're being supported by a publicly traded company that has the assets and the financial resources to really be meaningful. So I'm very thankful that I was exposed to this opportunity. And like you said, I got it instantly because I was already having those conversations. I had been part of that. So I've done a franchise, I've done a master franchise, I've been an independent, I've seen it from all different sides, and there is no better platform. No one can challenge me on it. I like the theme that you guys have is, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then you pose the challenge about doing the math. That's what I did. And it took me 2 hours to make my decision.
I love it.
We're so excited that you're here with us, but also seeing it, because we did always say a third will just kind of get it. They understand it, right? They just been around like you have, right? And I have. We've been in as a broker, as an owner, as a franchisee, as a master, as a, all different positions. And so we see it from a large dimension, and being involved in it so long, you kind of understood what was going on, understood the technology, and then the third that has to figure it out. Now that you're a part of this, what are you doing? How are you using the platform to benefit, and where do you see yourself going from this? And where do you see we as a whole eXp commercial going?
Well, for me, it's been exciting because my business plan has been to network and partner or recruit agents across the country. I'm a marketer by trade and a builder and a training program. So I have a system I call the Grid Project, which is how to show people how to market. So I've taken the old school techniques which work, in commercial real estate, we were taught in the beginning to, do a block by block, surveillance of your neighborhood, know the assets, know the owners, know the tenants, know the leases, know all that kind of thing. Well, to me, there was no reason why that wouldn't work in business brokering. So I've been fortunate to build a system where I'm getting a significant number of referrals every month for my marketing effort for business owners that want to sell their business. I don't like to do the belly to belly business broker transition. I like more helping the team. So I need help in referral partners. So I can generate leads, I can generate listings, and I prefer to share those with others and take a referral fee or be a collaborative member. So what the eXp platform has done is it's given me instant international and national exposure. When I have an opportunity in Pittsburgh, I can pick up the phone and there's someone there to help me. And I'm licensed and I can get paid. When I was on my own, I had to worry about, being licensed in that particular area. Could I do transactions in that area? You mentioned the AIR forms and all that. Did I have the right contracts in place? All that's taken care of. So for me, it solved a big problem. The business owners that I deal with, they're worried about their legacy and protecting their image and protecting the future of that business. They've worked hard, they're passionate about it, but now I have the ability to be a triple threat. I can talk to a business owner and say, look, I can help you transition your business. I can help you transition your commercial real estate portfolio, and I can even help you relocate your residential all in one place, all in one family. I know the standards, I know the caliber of the people that I'm dealing with, and I know that they're going to be handled properly. So that's been the most exciting part for me.
That is awesome. So Richard, the $1 million question, you've had so much experience, you've been at the franchise, like you said, you've done the independent, you've built so many different companies. With you being here just the short time you've been and all the exposure and everything you've already gotten to experience, the referrals and the networking and the collaboration, where do you see this going? Let's talk from that high level of, we've got this small amount of business brokers right now, but where do you see us going with that in the future?
I can't imagine that people that are in this industry would not be very receptive to this platform. I think it's impossible. Sorry, I forgot to.
They're already calling you because they're watching you live.
I was just going to share an experience. I got on the workplace and I saw somebody post something that they needed a relationship for a particular asset category, right? And I said, "Oh, I'm recruiting someone who actually is in that space and located in that state." That's all I did. I put that up. Next thing I know, I get a call. And it's a multi-location industry lead, and it's probably a $8 to $9 million listing opportunity. And it literally took me 10 seconds to say, "Hey, I know someone in that area who might be helpful." That person responded. Actually, I did have the right fit for it. And here I've got an opportunity within my first week or so of being part of the team where I saw just being a resource. Hey, I'm available as a resource, let alone my own needs. So where I see this going is as people get exposed to this, there's a large team of residential agents that mean well and they're hardworking and they get this model that it's been up and running for a decade. I can't imagine the growth that we're going to see from people who maybe want to convert from residential and learn the commercial business, learn the business broker side. The training platforms that we have in place, I would see rapid growth, very similar to what you guys experience in the residential side. Like you said, once you see it, you can't unsee it. I can't imagine somebody saying, "Hey, I'm going to invest $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 to buy a seat or a territory. Then I'm going to pay 6 or 8% of my revenue on an ongoing basis. And then I've got to invest all this other money to make the business go." I can't imagine that model is ever going to survive. I just can't see it.
And Richard, we love that with your insight, right? Because where's the risk? The risk is on you. Here, the risk is on us to allow those with experience and knowledge to grow. So what is that advice that you would say to anyone listening to us right now, especially your other business brokerage M&A friends out there in this world?
It's unfortunate that in our business, liability and lawsuits are a reality. Things go sideways on occasion, and it does happen. And I can tell you, because I'm still dragged in lawsuits now that I'm dealing with, and well-meaning things happened, and it's just an issue. You get sued. Just the fact that you have employee-based broker of records in every market, in 51 locations across the country, that alone was worth it to me. I no longer have to look over my shoulder and worry about the producers and their transactions and all the different things we have to do. The compliance department is solid. The broker relationships are solid. All the forms and checkpoints that you all have put in place is amazing. But at the end of the day, I can go to sleep at night knowing that if something does go wrong, or there is an unhappy customer or something like that, that I don't have that personal liability. I'll never forget the way my attorney explained it to me. He said, "Look, you are all in. If picture the bicycle in your driveway that belongs to your daughter, the home that you live in, the cars that you drive, all of that is at risk based on your team and what they may or may not be doing. You can't sit in their car 24 hours a day. You can't be in every meeting 24 hours a day. I don't have that worry any longer." And it's not to say that you're going to be sloppy. All I'm saying is that the responsibility and the liability is handled through the E&O program, through the compliance techniques that you guys have, plus the broker of record as an employee in every state. That was that enough is a reason to come over.
That's absolutely right, Richard. And, and that's the thing that, you having owned your own business, Jim having owned his, me, myself, I got a massive pay raise the day I came to eXp because I got rid of all the noise. I got rid of the staff that had to man the brick and mortar, that no agents really came in to maybe to drop off a check or pick up a check, whatever. But I got rid of having to be the innovator. Like, I didn't have to any longer worry about how do I make my agent's future that much better. Now, I took it on in a bigger way with building eXp Commercial here with Jim and making sure that we build the right tools. But me, myself, and I no longer had to constantly, every 5 seconds calling the tech guy to come fix the website that Rush is trying to hack or whatever the case may be, right? I mean, it's just all those nuances. Here, I have the ownership. I have the opportunity to earn in the revenue share with the splits off the agents. I don't have to be the innovator. I don't have to have the overhead costs. And I don't have to put up the money to constantly be agile to scale. And I think that is what, when 3.5 years ago, when I was approached, that's what I saw in eXp was the opportunity for me to do what I do best. And that's to scale my business and truly focus on that and be an owner of something so much larger. And so talk to that, because you know what it's like to be part of a franchise that was global. But talk about the difference between the global franchise and eXp.
Yeah, on a global basis, it's very difficult because now you're dealing with international laws and things of that nature. But conceptually, when I think about what I did, right? So I got a territory and built a team. So I introduced, in my office, we had 45 agents in our office, and we had several hundred listings active prior to COVID. And what do I have to show for that? I brought so many people into the business, trained them, helped them get their marketing plans together, educated them. And then, the minute the wind shifted, they left.
Yeah.
Right? What do I have? So, to your points that you made earlier, we all train people. We've all been mentors. We've all been that collaborative partner, the senior executive, but what did we really get? So when I thought about the exit plan, again, I was at that international meeting and we were down in New Zealand and we're going through this thing. And, we knew that we had to create a model that was scalable. You've already done that and you have the financial resources. So, here's a group of folks that aren't even based in the States. They're based out of New Zealand and Australia. And they're trying to tackle the American market. And I'm listening to their thoughts and their comments, and they don't get it. Very much like if we went to Australia or we went to New Zealand or we went to, Japan or whatever, if you don't have the people on the ground in the local market, there's no way that you can compete. What eXp has done is they've strung all that together. So they have a technology platform that is scalable. Once you invest the money and you create the technology platform, and you could add literally hundreds and thousands of people to it, and you have the resources at home where you say you can tweak the website, or you can get a platform out, you can get the marketing material. Just in marketing costs alone, I walked into the commercial website thing, and sorry, I got to move a little bit and get the lights in. And there was all the templates already created. In my previous life, I would have had to hire a designer. I would have had to invest money in photography and all the different things that you do. Here, for my $250 a month, I have a whole marketing suite available to me. I have an email system available to me. I have the website already done. I have landing pages. All I have to do literally is, Bailey sent me a thing where all I had to do was put my picture in there, my contact information, push, copy, paste, go. And next thing I know, I've got a LinkedIn campaign. You can't do that on your own. You just can't.
That's awesome.
And that's the one big thing that we're so excited, with Stephanie and myself, and then with other leaders in the industry, seeing the vision to help us build and create this. And that's what I know Stephanie and I, we're on a mission, right? To change the way commercial real estate's done, change the way it's looked so everyone can learn this business. And Richard, you and I know, I don't look it, but I'm old too. And like a dinosaur, I need bifocals. Stephanie's on the same with my peepers, but I know Steph. But that's the best thing is we know what we need to do. We know what needs to be changed and how the way the commercial real estate in the industry needs to change. And with business op, it needs even more improvement, that we are all excited to work here together to make these changes in the industry and everything. You were going to say something, Richard?
Yeah, I was thinking of when I saw Jason do his explain video. Here's a powerhouse in the business, right? Huge Instagram following, very successful, national brands and all that. And he sees the opportunity. And here was a guy, if you wanted to be successful, you copied his model, right? And he saw the value of coming over to eXp. And one of the things that he said was, look, I like being in business by myself, but not for myself. And he too is of somebody who's very passionate about sharing and collaborating. And he said, look, my success has been not by keeping everything internally, it's been by sharing. I have grown because I'm a shepherd of my talents, and I believe in sharing, and I believe in supporting the community. And whether it was a first-time rookie transaction person on the other end of the deal, he would be very helpful and just so giving. And if you to be around people like that, it's just an amazing opportunity to see the passion behind everybody. I've never been around a group where everybody you talk to is excited about being here. They're not complaining about what we don't have and what I need this and I need that and I'm waiting for this and I'm waiting for that. This is like, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing. I can't wait to get up in the morning. My hours have gotten longer. I used to work 5 hours a day. Now I'm up to 10 hours a day, and there's not enough time. And I work on the weekends, and I'm building this amazing thing. It's shocking to see the passion and the excitement that everybody has. And we had an expression we used to use. We're all rowing the boat in the same direction, which is amazing. In the franchise model, that's not the case. Everybody's worried about their local market, their local silo, and they're not interested or can't afford to really participate in branding and marketing in the traditional sense. You brought the example of Blockbuster versus Netflix. That's the difference of what we're seeing in our industry, whether it's commercial or business broker, but business broker for sure. It is such a small business. The typical model is somebody bought a branded franchise. It's an owner, maybe a part-time assistant, typically the spouse, maybe one or two part-time, agents or brokers to try to get it. They have 8 to 10 listings in that area, and that's all they have. They can't literally afford to scale. They can't afford to do much more than that. They might make a great living and they have a successful business for themselves, but that's really not how the industry is going to grow and how the industry is going to survive. eXp has solved that problem. You can do business anywhere in the country. You can collaborate with any agent, anywhere, anytime, 24 hours a day. And the world is only going to get larger. It's only going to get larger.
Absolutely. And now that territory that you represent is this globe. And that is something that everybody needs to think about because, you know, we don't, there are no lanes here. It's every type of business that you want to have the ability to do. That's exactly what we want to deliver here. And that's why the entire globe is our territory. Richard, I am so glad that you are our business partner. I love the fact that you have, come into this and you're just, you're just solid. The level of how you want to serve. I hope everybody that's watching this, and I hope everybody that's on, that sees this on YouTube reaches out to you, because that's what I love most about you is not only are you experienced, you're the real deal, you're the dinosaur of business brokering, but you want to coach, you want to teach people, and you want to breed new talent into this industry. And you are so aligned with what Jim and I believe and what we see. And that's what I love most, because you're not the traditional guy, right? You're not that traditional guy. You are in the future, and that's amazing.
I appreciate that. One thing I wanted to say before we wrap up is that if you're in the residential side, or even in commercial, but particularly in residential, the future of residential real estate from a financial perspective as a producer, there's going to be pressure on commission fees, right? It's a reality. Everybody used to get a 6% listing, then at 5%, now at 4%. 95% of deals in residential real estate are splits. It's a co-broker, it's a resident, brokerage firm A and brokerage firm B. In business brokerage, once you understand the commission structure and the fee structure, our typical transaction is somewhere, our success fee is around 10%. And a high percentage of the deals are double-ended. You find the listing and you end up finding the buyer through your efforts and that type of thing. So the amount of money that you can make in business brokerage is significantly greater than what you can make potentially on the same deal. You do $1 million deal in real estate, you might make $15,000 to $20,000 at the end of the day at very high payouts. That same $1 million deal in a business brokerage deal, that commission's $100,000.
Yes.
And even if you split it with another firm, that's $50,000 in your pocket. And the way the payout model works with eXp, 80% of that's going in your pocket from the beginning. Once you cross over that $100,000 threshold, 100% of the commission goes to you. There is no one who can compete with that. All the alphabet names that all the major companies that are out there from the compensation for commercial brokerage and or residential, you have to understand the compensation formula in business brokering. Now, granted, the transaction timeline is a little bit longer, but once you've got that pipeline in place and you do a $1 million deal and you get a $100,000 check in your hands, imagine the power that you get from that. You can't overlook it.
Richard, thank you so much to be with us this Thursday to share your experience, your knowledge, and the future of what we're working on. So with Stephanie, I'm so excited as we're putting this platform and working with all of us together. So for everyone watching us, follow us on YouTube. I always say, look at the latest ones, because we grow so fast, so quick, that it is important for you to watch the latest, because if you see the evolution of what we've been doing in this very short period of time and really changing the way the industry, you should watch the videos, like us on Facebook and LinkedIn to see everything we're doing. And really, please come by and see us in New York City. If you're there for C5, we're going to throw an event, get to see us all. And for a special event, a very special event we're going to do there on the 28th. So I'm very excited to have everyone here.
Don't forget Vegas.
And be part of our family. So again, for myself, Stephanie Gillis and Richard Hersey, thank you so much for being with us this Thursday. Keep following us, liking us, and just see it until you one day may become part of our family. But also, if you have the chance, come to see our virtual world and some of the large training programs that we have. It is revolutionary and changing, and you will see why, as Richard said, and Stephanie are so excited all the time, the passion and excitement. So from us, from all eXp Commercial, thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day.